Yo, just want to open up to you guys about some life, real life stuff, Alzheimer's, to be specific. There's a gentleman that I know. He's been a family friend my whole life. He's a friend of my mother's, and he's in his 70s, and he's like an uncle. You know, they've been knowing each other since they were teenagers, and they're just platonic friends. They grew up in the same neighborhood, and he's always been like an uncle to me. And yesterday, my mom called me from her house, and she was like, "Such and such called me," and he was like talking nonsense. You know, he was saying that, weren't you at my house today? Remember what we were talking about? Those homicides that took place in Goochland? And she was like, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks. I haven't even talked to him in 2 weeks. But he's calling me saying that wasn't I the person that was at his house having a conversation about some homicides? And she was like, this is weird. And when she asked him where he was at, he said, I'm at home. But towards the end of the conversation, he said, let me call you back. I'm trying to find a way home. So I said, you need to call his family. His mother is still alive. She's in her 90s. He has siblings. His whole family's still alive, even though he's in his 70s. His mom's alive, all his siblings, and they live together. So I said, you need to call her. And she said, I don't really want to stress them out. I said, this is serious. That guy probably has Alzheimer's. And good thing she did that. Because when the family arrived to this gentleman's house, he was standing on the porch. And all he kept saying was, I want to go home. I want to go home. But he was already at home. He was referring to a home that he lived in 30 years before. And, right now he's at the hospital. This happened last night. After my mother called his family, they went to his house and they said that he was on the porch. And thank God they caught him, because a lot of times people with Alzheimer's they'll get lost and you'll never see him again. So, for me to know this man, I guess I met him when he was in his late 40s or whatever, when I was a child. And I've been knowing him ever since, all my life. He always looked out for me whenever I was on hard times and needed money. He would let me cut his grass, or he'd overpay me. He'd give me like $300. And this past year, he was normal. The last time I seen him, he was functioning normally. Last year, he sold one of his homes, and he made a substantial amount of money. And he told me, Benny, I'm going to do everything that I ever wanted to do. I'm going to get veneers. I'm going to go deep sea fishing, and I'm going to look out for everybody. Matter of fact, take this lump sum of money. Give me a big lump sum of money, and give this lump sum of money to your mother. And I said, wow. And now I kind of understand it now, because this was just 8-9 months ago when he did this and was telling me this. And now his mind is completely gone. And it's just like, Alzheimer's is a vicious thing, man. I've always heard about it, but I've never experienced it firsthand. I mean, he kept saying, I want to go home. I want to go home. But he was already at home, so, if you're dealing with Alzheimer's, man, just keep your faith, man. Because at the end of the day, it's just, some of us get it, some of us don't. And it's a crazy thing to go through, man, just to watch somebody literally deteriorate. But my thing is this, man. He's in his 70s. His mother is still alive. She's in her 90s. She's sound-minded. She moves around well. She's in excellent shape. All his siblings are alive, and they all live together. So I guess he's going to move in with them, and that'll be good, And it's just like, wow, man. This guy got his top teeth done. He spent like $70,000 on veneers. He was supposed to get the bottom done. And he was in the process of buying a new veneer. He was like, had a whole bucket list. And I think he knew he had it. And like I said, he gave me a lump sum of money. Gave all the people in his life lump sums of money. And it was just, I felt something. Like when he gave me my lump sum of money, I was telling my girl, like, something's up, Like, why is he's not even he's not even really that nice of a guy for him to give me all of this money, Something's up. And last night, I found out it was Alzheimer's, man. So, peace to him. If you're dealing with the same thing, peace to you. It is what it is, man. Peace.